siege monstrosities.
Welcome to Frequently Asked Questions with Fuzzy and Q. Oh man, I mean, we've known this guy since I had hair, since your hair was all black, Fuzzy.
Yeah, man. We grew up to this brother.
Yeah, come on, man. He's a legend, man. And we don't use that word lightly, man. DC native, we have Joe Clair from the PGC Joe Clair Morning Show. What's up, bro? How you doing?
Everything's good, Q. It's good, Fuzz.
What's up, my brother?
Yeah,
everything's good. How y'all gonna say y'all grew up on me and y'all my age? Y'all got grades. Fuck out of here.
Hey, man, listen. I had to watch bootleg BET to catch you. You feel me?
Sure.
What do you mean?
Man, it's good to see y'all.
Man, good to see you, man. We've been looking up to you for a minute, man, and it's always
right.
good to talk.
I appreciate that, man. Come from two greats like y'all, please. I appreciate that.
Bro,
Man.
it's been a lot going on.
Yeah.
I mean, history has been made in Washington, D.C. You're a D.C. native. I mean, we just wanted to check in with you, man, just to see, like, what's the tone of the city? You know, I know on the air, you know, like, what have the community been saying, bro?
Yeah, what's going on?
So for the community, this was one of them times where we out of, you know what I mean? Like,
hands off.
We knew who was coming, and the mayor was like, listen, the Trump people are coming. Please don't go down there, y'all. We got a black woman mayor. She was like, please don't. She from here, born and raised. She was like, please don't go down there, y'all, because she know how we get. You know what I'm saying? So she begged and pleaded for us not to go down, and for the most part, the city was the residents, the brothers and sisters who grew up here. We was like, man, we ain't got time for that. Cause we've been seeing these clowns come to our city forever, you know, with their agenda, and we want real liberty and all these other things. And so we just kind of didn't go. The ill part is when we were sitting there watching it play out, we have loved ones who work for the government, who work for the Capitol Police, who work in the Capitol, who work in the White House, who work in all of these offices, all of the Department of Energy, Commerce, the government printing office, you name it. We that's us. And so that was our biggest concern, is making sure our folks got out, really.
Yeah. Did you have any family that, was, caught up in the chaos?
Nah, we was all good. My whole family, like my brother and my sister, we all work in the city. And my mom, my brother, my sister actually live in DC. For people who don't know, like the DC is like a diamond.
Yeah. And
they took part of Maryland and part of Virginia and made a city. And so that's why you hear the District of Columbia, it's its own thing. And then I live in Maryland. I'm a Maryland guy. I grew up Maryland. I grew up in Maryland. And so I'm out here, and my brothers and my sisters, they was all good. My mom lives uptown, so she was far away from what all that garbage was going on. My brother lives across the bridge. I don't know if y'all heard, people were saying, well, come across the bridge then with that bull. You know, the brothers and sisters like, come across the bridge.
That's where the real ones are at.
You come across that bridge, oh, it's a different DC.
Yeah, right.
It ain't the DC that you see on TV. So we was cool. My family, everybody's good, just staying away from the garbage and keep it tight. But the mood, however, is that, we are watching history and we are part of that history. You know what I mean?
Right.
To watch these guys, to watch these people, they say they stormed the Capitol, but then we saw, you saw them kind of getting, they got
escorted in. Yeah.
Fuzz, let me tell you, growing up here after 9/11, they put Capitol Police on post around the Capitol complex, as well as Secret Service and probably FBI, right? They're always there, 24/7, 365. And when I go up to the Capitol, when I drive by the joint, the guy standing there with he's got the You got the pistol on the strap, and he's standing. He's looking at you in your car when you roll by. You know what I mean? So
right.
You just can't storm that joint.
Joe, let me ask you a question. Are you surprised on what you saw this week? Does it surprise you, or are you like, y'all really taking it there, or like?
Let me say this. My parents came to D.C. In the late 60s. My pop actually worked on the Hill, and my mom worked for the Children's Hospital. And the narrative that my parents gave me, my dad being from the South, my mom from the Midwest, let me know that America could do this at any point in time. That it was never, beyond my realm of what could possibly happen in any city I've ever lived in to see some type of insurgency like that. So I was not surprised at all.
Man,
and, it's shocking to see. It is shocking to see, but surprising, not one bit for us. I mean, to tell you the truth, if I can be blunt, that was that was the America that I knew was here. That's the America I knew existed.
They just showed their hand. They just showed their hand this week.
Completely. I mean, if you really think about it, you can't name me, you, and Q sitting on here. You cannot name 1 week in your life where you didn't see America either go against the ideas that America was set up to hold up. So we watched ourselves get vilified day in and day out on the news. We watched entitlement play out day in and day out on the news. We watched people who said that, how America was supposed to be. So I wasn't surprised. I keep my eyes open.
Yeah.
Joe,
can you do this for us, man? There's people watching that really don't know the culture, may not even been to the DMV. Can you break down the significance of this happening on the Capitol? Like, I know, DC is not a sweet city, but I never really hear anything happening at the Capitol. Like, can you just paint the picture for us to show us like how significant, the past, elements, incidents.
This is how significant this is, ladies and gentlemen. The White House and the Capitol are two of the most heavily guarded facilities on the planet. Right. Not just in the country, on the planet. Don't forget, America has military bases around the globe. The Pentagon is right across in Virginia, and the Capitol and the White House it's because of its symbolism, because of how important it actually is, and because of the work that gets done there. The people's work gets done there. The work of the government gets done in that building. It is the most heavily guarded, heavily revered. Don't forget, a sister got shot in 2013 for making a wrong turn at the Capitol. They shot and killed her in her car with a 1-year-old toddler in the back.
Damn.
You understand what I'm saying? That's how important this building is. And to see, it's where the inauguration is. This is where you get sworn in to be the president of the free world. You know what I'm saying? Like, the I Have a Dream speech was done at the Lincoln Memorial, which is on the other end of the mall. The only thing that goes on the Capitol steps is the inauguration, and that's it.
Right.
To watch them folks just run up in the joint, I said, oh, okay, it was.
You see what this is?
I put it out there yesterday. Everybody should see exactly what this is, especially, and I'm going to go ahead and give a burden to you, Q and Fud, especially older brothers in the community need to go ahead and not be, if you ever needed a wake-up call, there it was yesterday for you.
Yeah.
Joe, let me ask you a question. How did you feel when I mean, of course, Instagram, internet, the Twitter, that it was all like we were seeing clips in real time with the lady getting shot in the neck. But the one particular clip I want to ask you about and how you feel about the one, I don't know if he was an officer or a security guard, a black brother that was holding off a crowd by himself. And he had picked up his baton and he was running, he was retreating back for safety because they kept on coming forward, but he was by himself. How did that make you feel? Like, was he set up for failure or like, who, like?
All right, I felt a couple of things. Number one, I felt, why ain't he swinging?
Or shooting?
I thought he was.
I don't know, because I don't know if he had a pistol.
Yeah, I don't think he had one.
But to be quite honest, I do know this. If that would have been me coming through that door towards that cop, he out of my jaw would have been like this today as I talked to God.
If you could talk, if you were breathing,
if you could talk.
Yeah.
You know, he's out of it. Hey man, y'all saw Joe Clair get his head busted? Clean got like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what I know would have happened. So I was sitting there waiting for that part. And when I watched him retreat, my heart sank. One, because my heart sank for two reasons though. One, it sank because this was a brother retreating. And I know it sounds crazy. My mind it immediately went to Crispus Attucks, who was a man who got shot in the revolution. The first person to get shot in the Revolutionary War that made this country was a black man, right? So for some reason, I immediately thought of that, right? Here are the patriots. Here are the quote unquote patriots coming, and the only person there to take the L was a black guy. But he's running. He's retreating. Yeah. That was one. Two. Yeah, those were the two. Like, it just my heart sank because
sad.
He gonna live with that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the brother who ran.
Yeah, and I know
doing the insurgency.
Yeah, I know we know that DC is it doesn't have a statehood, right? Like you don't have a governor, right? Are some of the residents from DC like this is why we need a governor? This is why we need statehood here.
So tomorrow morning on my show, I hope to speak with our Congresswoman Eleanor Holmes Norton, and she has been leading the battle for statehood at least since the 90s.
Okay.
And here's the deal. The each government that comes in, be it Democratic or Republican, sees fit to not give DC statehood because for the most part, DC is a federal city. So the way that they don't live here, they don't have any vested interest here. They don't know that me and my brothers and sisters are, there's a deep, rich history here. So they just like, no, they don't need to be state. It needs to be the way that it was set up in whenever it was set up. And we know that we need some autonomy to be able to send in MPD, or send in the troops when things like this pop up.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I mean, it is what it is.
Dude, it's funny, like sitting here talking to you, bro. Like, we're all getting older. Me and Fuzz talk about it all the time, and it's just so crazy because our first introduction from a national level from you was Rap City. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
And like hearing you talk about, statehood and, we should have a government, like it's crazy, right? Because, we never get to see, I mean, there's so many hip hop artists that are getting killed, getting picked off. We never get to see them get to this point that we're having right now.
Grown man conversation.
Yeah.
Grown man conversation.
Bruh.
Wouldn't you love to see Tupac right now?
Biggie, all that, yeah.
Bruh.
Wouldn't you love to see Biggie right now? He right there on my wall. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you love to hear what they had to say?
Bro, you were the last one, and you talk about this all the time, but you were the last one to interview Biggie, bro, in LA.
In LA.
Outside.
Yeah, it was it's still very surreal anytime that comes up. You know what I mean? I try to explain it to my kids, they just laugh at me. Cause for them, Biggie's just a guy on a t-shirt, you know, they made a movie about him, you know, and he's real for you and I. He's tangible for all three of us. So so to get to this point is really surreal for me. You know what I mean? Like
and still be relevant though, Joe. Still be relevant. That's a big deal.
It depends on who you ask if I'm relevant or not.
Oh, please.
We talking to you.
Yes, listen.
True indeed.
I saw you commented the other day on my gram. I said, "Oh man, I'm doing something right." You know what I'm saying? Like I still.
Well, I always got to check my cats. I always got to check, make sure that the movers and shakers is still moving and shaking. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
We are the, because now it's funny because the young guys be like, "What's up, OG?" And I be like, "Wait, what OG?"
You gotta take that.
Oh, you gotta take my bad. How you doing, young brother?
Yeah.
Everything good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Joe, you know what? That's the main reason why QDZ and I kind of like started our own podcast called Frequently Asked Questions, because we, in this age we're in, we have experience, we have stories to tell. And I know myself, I don't get it. I don't talk about the things I did in the 90s and early 2000s or whatever, but to me, it's not a big deal. But to somebody else, they're like, "What you did? What?" And I'm like, I get, like, it was just me doing me, like. Right. But I got to tell that I have to get out my way and tell what I know, or tell the stories, or they share things, and
I met a young brother 2 nights ago. Casual conversation through my homeboy. It was his son. The conversation was super cool, and he was in there laughing. I was on my comedy shit. Can I cuss on?
Oh, you boom.
Just check. So I was on my comedy shit, blah blah blah, and he's like, he funny, and told his dad how funny I was and everything, and the little kid had no idea, like I was an actual stand-up comedian. He's 21. He had no idea that. Then his dad started breaking down Rap City, and he was like, he interviewed rappers. He didn't.
No, he don't know that life.
He's like, he thinking I know nothing about that life, right? So his dad had to break it down to him, show him old clips, and the whole nine, and then explain to him that this is the guy you listening to on the radio. I sat there and had a full ass conversation with the young man. He didn't know it was me.
Clueless.
Yeah. No,
which was ill. Which was just.
But
mind blowing for me. But to you guys' point, man, I think that with and I'm circling back to what happened yesterday. Our time is the obligation all three of us have, and the brothers of our generation have, is to step in and do the work that's supposed to be getting done behind the scenes.
Wow.
I gotta be quite honest with you. I'm not a big fan of going out to the protest. When I was a kid, the Ku Klux Klan came one year, and my dad took me down there. Tear gas was let off, boom, boom, and boom. He took us back home to drop us off. We had got tear gas. My mother cussed him out so bad. For us getting tear gas, that was pretty much my last protest. I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm not. Hey, I don't do that no more.
You need to go counseling for that.
Right. However, the leverage that we have and the power and knowledge that we all have lends itself to being able to get in the rooms and spaces where the young angry us could never get.
That's deep.
You have a professional life, Q, Fuzz, you have a professional life, I have a professional life. I have enough contacts in my cell phone to be able to make change actually happen. And so I put it out for all of us that's what we supposed to be doing. And if we not doing that, that's who we gonna start calling whack. You whack. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you might have been bombed back then, but right now, what you got for?
Yeah.
And as a prime example, I like to call out how Jay-Z, you know, people throw rocks at Jay-Z all the time for whatever reason, right? But Jay-Z behind the scenes does constantly philanthropic work
all the time.
Puts those dollars to work, puts those connections to work to impact change. And I use him because he's quiet about it.
Yeah.
He don't do no promotion about it.
He don't put it in. He don't even do no rhymes about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He just do it because that's what we supposed to be doing now. So for everybody who's watching this, let me say this. Sure, smoke a little something, drink a little something, still be who the fuck you supposed to be. But if you on the planet right now and you ain't doing nothing extra than what you was doing in your 30s, man, you going out like a sucker.
Yeah.
That's sucker shit.
Let's break it down.
I just got added to the board of directors of the Covenant House D.C.
Okay.
I work with homeless youth consistently, all the time.
Well, can you break it down for us right now? Can you give us the exclusive that you may be running for mayor of D.C.? Come on, Joe.
Come on, Joe.
Let's be real. Let's be real. It is time for us and people like us who have influence to be city council people, to be mayors. Like, what's up, Joe?
Well, let me say this.
Hey, Rhino, Claire, mayor.
This is for both of y'all. This is for both of y'all. Don't go be the politician. Be the nigga in the politician's ear. When you become the politician, then your hands get tied. There's only so much shit you can do because you are beholden to the constituents. You're beholden to the rules of order. You know what I mean? Plus, they gonna go back through all your shit.
Oh man!
And if I may, I done got way too much head in my day.
You've been on a lot of video sets.
Yeah,
I was on the Def Comedy Jam tour. I was hosting Rap City. I lived in Los Angeles and Atlanta.
Yeah,
New York. Yeah, I don't want them digging back through.
I'm just saying, we had a president that, you know, he was on his own kind of tours too. So yeah.
But you see what happened. You see what happened with this president. He ran this country into the ground. So I think that politicians should be politicians. However, the rest of us who have influence should be at least know your local politician. Let him know who you are. He's a guy who got voted in. Just like, man, shake his hand. Go see what's up with him. Check it out and see what his policies are. He might even be able to put some money in your pocket, for real.
It's real.
Real talk.
Listen,
So brothers who are our age, man, go out here and meet your local politicians. Be the change that we supposed to be. And it ain't goofy or weird to fucking take care of your community. It's goofy or weird to not to
avoid it.
What is wrong with you?
Yeah, no, that's real.
Hey, Joe.
You know what I'm saying? Smoke something, drink something, and keep it pushing.
Listen,
Joe Clair. Thank you,
brother. Frequently asked questions with Fuzzy and Q, my man Joe Clair, our man Joe Clair, man. We appreciate
our
you,
guy.
Bro.
Man, thank you, guys. Everybody, please keep supporting these two brothers. Keep supporting Frequently Asked Questions. This shit is real right here, and this is what we need. This is the future. This is the future right here.